Hello, my fellow readers! Today we're going to be doing my August TBR. Now, it is currently July 22nd, so we are doing it fairly early, but I have a reason for that, is that these are all the books I have left. And so I want to kind of just figure out what I'm going to be reading in August, and then I can kind of make the last week of videos that I want to make, if I want to make anything this week. I do have about 10 or 9 at the bottom that are really exclusively going to be used for the fall time because they're like fantasies and don't really want to read that during the summer. However, if we get a prompt that one of those books fits more related to, we'll choose one of those, of course, but for the most part, these are kind of the last 14 plus this that I have. But speaking of this is Dearly Departed by Chris Pons. This is me and Holly's buddy read for the next month. I have yet to have book club, so whenever I have book club, I'll insert what we're reading right here. But yes, I'm excited. This is going to be a little bit different. It kind of follows Hades, but living on Earth, and they're the florist. It's a love story, but it's a little bit darker, a little more fantasy than I think typically me and Holly read, so I'm extremely excited. In terms of last month's TBR, we did pretty well. Obviously, it's the 22nd. I have one book left, which is my reread of Just by Looking at Him, so I have full hope that we will get that done. Y'all, I have read over 40 books this month. I have been on like a tear just trying to get books done, obviously for reasons that I have yet to mention on here, but I swear by the time you're watching September's TBR, you will know everything that's going on. I just have been kind of keeping that a little bit more private. For now, it's not that I haven't wanted to talk about it. There are people that need to know before the internet does. Okay, so with that being said, let's grab our TBR jar. Now, I don't even know how many queer books do I even have on here? I have 4. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this because there's 6 of them. This is also, before I move on, this will be the last month we have 8 books in total. Like 1 buddy read, 1 book club pick, and then 6 prompts. Again, there are reasons for it. I'm sorry to be like hush about it. It's just, you'll know, okay, and then you'll understand. So I think what I want to do is 2 regular prompts, 2 queer prompts, that's fingers, and then 2 summer prompts, or maybe I'll do 1 regular prompt, 2 queer prompts, and then 3 summer picks. I think that's what we're gonna do. Okay, let's start with the summer ones. Let's pull out our little yellow ones. Oh, okay, this one wanted to get away from me. Oh, that's backwards. Okay, feels like summer. We don't have many on this. Okay, so I'm thinking, oh my gosh, guys, this is really bad. This is really bad. Okay, so I'm thinking The Someday Garden, The Road to Tender Hearts, and then The Shampoo Effect. I think I want to save this in case I definitely want to read this, and I definitely probably will get to it in August. I will get to it, but I just don't think I want to pick it for this prompt. So we have either The Someday Garden and The Shampoo Effect. So it kind of comes down to like, okay, so this one's set in Maine, and this one is set in Massachusetts, so we're both in New England. I don't know. I think I'm going to pick The Shampoo Effect. It's not that I will get to this, but I feel like for me, this feels more like summer. Yeah. So, for the first prompt, feels like summer, we're picking The Shampoo Effect by Jenny Jackson. There we go. I'm just going to, like, set them on the shelf below because, y'all, it's really weird to see my TBR cart so empty because it's normally not that way, but y'all, it is what it is right now. Okay, so we're gonna pick a regular prompt, my only regular prompt. A book with a great first sentence. Okay, well, I don't know, we might be pulling. Let me look through these and then I might have to go through the other ones. Cora met Sam at a twice-weekly baby group in their small town. Yeah, that doesn't really seem like, that doesn't scream great for sentence to me. That's a very descriptive sentence. Okay. Preface. Dear reader, in the mid to late, I don't think we need this. Okay, let me just actually start. Sam doesn't think I'm weird. Okay, that's the sentence. Odd. The broken country. I'm glad we don't have. I'm just going through all of them. The farmer is dead. He's dead, and all anyone wants to know is who killed him. Ooh, this is a contender, guys. That is a contender for sure. I'm just gonna like throw it down there real quick. The Sunday Garden. There was once a house on the cliffs that grew the most beautiful flowers. Yeah, no. I don't think that's very exciting. What is with all the descriptor sentences? Okay. Things were falling apart at the nursing home in Pondville, a small town in the armpit of Massachusetts. This is a maybe. Like, that is a contender. Okay. I've heard so many mixed reviews about Before I Forget, so I'm stuck between selves. Sugar Baby. The town I live in was voted 4 times by welivethare.co.uk as the worst place to live in Britain. An admirably big reputation for a relatively small place. Huh. That is also a contender to me. Okay. Heartbreak, Bakery. I think we have enough contenders that I don't need to go into like the other ones. The splintered crack of my egg on the counter sounds like an ending. Also a contender. But I think I want to, yeah, I guess we'll say that as a contender. I'm just going through all of them because there's not many, so sorry. Isabel found a broken piece of ceramic under the roots of a dead gourd. No. Not very interested in that. Okay, Giovanni's room. I stand at the window of this great house in the south of France as night falls, the night which is leading me to the most terrible morning of my life. Contender. Also the only classic I have left. Okay, wait, is this the beginning? Yeah. Okay. Oh wow, this font. For the first 6 days of William Waters' life, he was not an only child. Does that mean that he was an only child at one point? Or that he is an only child now? Curious now. That's got me curious. Now I have the rule of 3. Okay, well, I haven't read any of these, so there's that. Prologue, Julian. Everyone's here, Jack says as he takes his seat at the other end of the table. Yeah, not very exciting. Okay, so now we have, let's see. Ooh, I have a lot of choices here. Probably should have stopped at like 2 or 3. Okay, Broken Country. That seems like a mystery. The Road to Tender Hearts. I think I'm going to put that back just because I'm not feeling it. Sugar Baby. We're set in the UK, which is really nice. The Heartbreak Hotel. I do like this, but I think I'm going to set this aside. James Baldwin, Giovanni's Room. I want to read this so bad, but I'm just kind of like, you know what, maybe for a different prompt we can pick that. And then we have Hello Beautiful. This kind of seems a little bit like... These two... Okay, like, if I'm going to be honest with you, these two seem like they are very thriller heavy, and this, like, a little more of a mystery vibe. to some extent. This probably not as much, but this is definitely a mystery. And then this is like, I don't even know what this is about, but like, I don't know. I think we're gonna pick Sugar Baby only because I just feel like, I don't know. Not to say that these other two aren't great. I just, yeah. Two down, four to go. Wow, that's, we are taking a long time. Okay, so I can just tell you what this reads. It says, a bold, intoxicating debut from a dazzling new voice. Sugar Baby is an unflinching portrayal of high-paid sex work in the age of the internet. Sounds right up my alley these days. Okay, that sounded funky, but yeah, anyway. It just seems an interesting read. Okay, let's pick a queer prompt. It's also kind of why I didn't want to pick the Heartbreak Hotel or The Rule of Three. Like, there's a few books. I don't have that many. I have Giovanni's Room, The Heartbreak Hotel, The Rule of Three, The Safekeep, and then Girls, Girls, Girls. Okay, historical fiction. I think the only one, well, okay, so Girls, Girls, Girls and The Safekeep are both historical fiction of different eras. This is set in 1996, and this is after the Second World War. So it's kind of like, which one do I go with? I don't know. I feel like if I don't put this on there, I'm going to struggle to read Girls, Girls, Girls. So I'm going to pick Girls, Girls, Girls. Three down, three to go. All right, let's pick another summer prompt. Pick the one right at the top. I'm not even showing you because it's in my lap. I'm so sorry. Historical book set in the summer. Okay, so here's the problem with that is I actually don't think I have one. Oh wait. Is this set in the summer? Okay, so it's a spring 2014. That's not really historical, but okay, this has like a historical element. I don't know. Okay, this is also historical, so this is set in the summer. So in comparison to the two, I I don't know. I guess I'm gonna pick The Safekeep, although this is a queer book, but it is set in summer, so we're just gonna say that. Guys, these are all getting read, so it doesn't really matter, I guess. Like, it's kind of like less fun right now because I'm like, yeah, everything's gonna be read sitting up here, so, and maybe even some at the bottom because, you know. Okay, so I think we're gonna go with another queer prompt and then we'll do a summer prompt. I don't even know what I even have here. Sapphic story. Do I even have one of those? This might have to go back into the pile because I actually don't think I have one. Yeah, that's gonna go. I'm so sorry, but like, Carly, you are going right back in there. This is the problem. Is like, there's not many, and I don't have any that are coming out. The only book that I'm excited about that's coming out is Mason Deaver's new book, which I forgot to like insert all the new releases here because yeah, there's a lot, but the only one I'm super interested in is Mason Deaver's new book. So all right, next is Upside Down sports romance because we're batting like 2 for 2 here. Um, so we might have to give up on this mission. Like there are a few coming out in the month, but I want to kind of focus on my like physical TBR. All right. Hopefully this is third time's the charm, right? Friend, family, friend. I think it's supposed to stay found family dynamic. I think this might be. We're gonna choose this because I do think this is like very much gender. There's an agender character. Yeah, I think we're gonna choose the Heartbreak Bakery. All right, last one. which is a summer prompt. I don't know how many more summer prompts do I even have in here, actually. One, two, I think there's only three, so we'll pull those in September. Because, yeah. Well, yeah. Maybe. Alright. Oh, road trip. I'm so glad then that I didn't take the road to Tender Hearts because this is a road trip. Oh no, guys. When I look at it this way, like it it's so mind-boggling that this is all I have left. Like this is it, guys. After my TBR, like that's all there is, guys. That's it. Oh no. We'll see how this month goes. I mean, obviously it's still July, but I'm glad I chose what I'm going to be reading next month, only because I was starting to get a little bit concerned. I was like, how can I film content, like reading blogs, because there's not much, and I don't know what I am going to be reading next month. So yeah. Oh, these are all of the books. This is my TBR for the month, obviously plus Dearly Departed, and whatever book club pick I have. So yep. These are my books. Guys, wow.